I can imagine that when Mary and Joseph first arrived at the manger, Joseph's first sensation would have been exhaustion and relief. After all, they had spent much of the night seeking shelter. I wonder, though, if Joseph didn't soon feel a current of anger and frustration. This couldn't have been the scene he once imagined. He would have anticipated a traditional life with Mary raising their own children, at home in their own community with a family like those of their friends. Yes, an angel had come in a dream, and yes, Joseph wanted to believe the angel's tidings, yet the child would not be his own, to say nothing of the wayward glances he was sure would come. But now, in my mind's eye, Joseph's thoughts and mood begin to turn. Perhaps the shift comes in response to that new star, or with the memory of that angelic voice, or simply because a newfound glory is about to burst upon the world. But whatever the cause, I imagine that Joseph's worries now turned toward a deep and abiding sense of inadequacy, a dawning recognition that he, Joseph, could never measure up as a father. After all, is this not the inescapable fear of every father on the precipice of parenthood? What's more, the angel had said that this boy would save the world from sin. But what could Joseph contribute to such a cause? What did Joseph, the poor carpenter, feel as he bore the weight of raising God's own son? Where just a moment before anger and enmity may have consumed him, as he felt the weight of the task and his own inadequacy, what emotions now coursed through his veins? Helplessness? Hopelessness? Something like despair? Then, from just beyond the curtain, Joseph hears Mary's focused groan, as if she is channeling the entire force of life on this one effort. Next, silence envelops them all as the air shimmers with anticipation and quakes with a holy fear. And finally, rending the night sky like lightning, comes the ragged, fervent, and unself-conscious wail of a newborn baby. Joseph's heart clenches. For months, as Joseph had watched Mary's belly and breasts grow heavy, he had feared this moment. Trembling his way through sleepless nights, he had wondered if the baby would feel alien. He was afraid of parenting a child who might seem inescapably, unalterably, and entirely not his own. Suddenly, the fluttering curtain catches Joseph's eye. Through the parted veil, he glimpses Mary now resting and sees the midwife approaching, holding the swaddled child. Before Joseph can fully gather himself or prepare to react, she places this squirming bundle in his arms. Despite himself, Joseph gazes down into the baby's eyes, and, as suddenly as the new star had appeared in the night sky, he finds himself transformed. For the rest of his life, he will struggle to understand or articulate what happens in that moment. He is still in a cave with scattered hay, surrounded by unkempt shepherds. A man of no account in a cave of no significance, outside a city of no reputation, with little money and nothing at all to recommend him. And yet in that moment, holding that baby, feeling its breathing and gazing into its eyes, Joseph knows as unquestioningly as he knows he lives that some tectonic cosmic plate has shifted. What was wrong is made right. What was broken will be mended. Those who suffer will find succor. There, Joseph finds love welling up inside of him, as broad and deep and bright as a summer sky. And though the being in his arms is every bit a baby, Joseph nonetheless knows the baby is God, and that this light of love incarnate will never be darkened. In that instant, all the shame, trepidation, and anger melt away like hoary frost fleeing the rising sun. In that moment, the man Joseph was is forever replaced by the man he has become. Still Joseph, yet entirely new, transformed in a moment by the love of Jesus. Joseph rocks the boy gently, cradling in his arms this baby, Emmanuel, God with us.